Yo guys, it's Apollo here with an Arsenal preview with Aston Villa, which we're playing tonight at 8 o'clock. That's my daughter Layla, who's chilling with her phone. What's good, Layla? And here's my niece, Ricky. What's going on?
Not much.
Yeah, guys, let's talk about this game, man. This game is going to be coming on at 8:15 tonight. I think that we're going to put up a couple of players that we didn't play recently, and those players are Rob Holding, and we're going to play Saka. Probably Willock is going to start, and Klasnach might come into the team. And I think, is my wife here? What's going on, baby? Yeah? And I think that they're going to be putting out a team that's going to be resting a few players. What's up? That's my sister. Hey, what's good? What's good? I think we're going to be putting a team out that is going to really give some guys a rest. And look, we've had a hard few days, man. We've had some games. That Liverpool game and the Manchester City game really took a lot out of us. And I think right now the team are on a high. And I think that they're going to be putting in a decent display because we've had the time to rest the team. One of the things that really got me with the team sheet was, and I said this in my preview with the Man City game, was the fact that he decided to not have the 18-year-olds be a part of the game. I mean, yes, Kieran Tierney's 23, but that doesn't really count. And Kieran Tierney's a proven player. He's proven in Champions League. He's proven at Celtic to have played in big games. So that's not really a shock to us. I think what the situation is now. Sorry, I'm gonna take a nice little sit down here. I think what's really the shock to us was the amount of games that Willock and Saka and all those guys have played so far coming up to this game. And the one thing with the Man City game is Arteta was like, no, I'm going to have my big boys in this game. I'm going to have my top three, the most expensive strike force in the league, Pepe, Laka and Uber. I'm going to have them on display. I'm going to have my two best holding midfielders, so Ceballos and Xhaka, I'm going to have them in there. And he went with his back three, which he went with, yeah? Which I always said, Kieran Tierney should be a part of that back three. I've been saying that for weeks. And lo and behold, when we played him there, we've just looked good. And we've played him there in those important games, like Liverpool, Man City games, yeah? Where he just looks good. And that's the reason why I said you can put him there, because what's the point of playing him as a win-back when you have someone like Saka? What's the point? There's just no point. You're going to get goals and assists from Saka. So you've not lost anything. But what you've gained is a person who, like Kieran Tierney, playing in a back three on the left side, who doesn't get beaten by traps, who doesn't get beaten by poor positioning like Klasnach, doesn't get beaten on the overlap, yeah? You've shored up all those weaknesses. Think about it, yeah? You've shored all those weaknesses up. So I really like what Arteta's been able to do there. And I think in that respect, I think Arteta is still fundamentally changing the shape of this team. The philosophies are still the same, but he's tinkering with these different shapes and positionings and finding out which players are suited best in different situations. If we talk about somebody like Saka's played in 5 positions. 5. Under Mikel Arteta. So one can say that we actually don't know where his most comfortable spot is at the moment. So anyway, moving on to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, the last time we played them, we went down to 10 men, and that Aubameyang late goal was important for us to get the 3 points. We won 3-2, and it was a really nice result. And it was a result that showed how resilient that the Gunners can be when playing with 10 men. And I think in this game it's going to be a little bit more relaxed, because I think for Arsenal the pressure's off. And I will say the pressure's off is because you've got one game to play this season, and that is the FA Cup final. And if you play in that one game, then you would have fixed all the issues that you've had previously, like trying to get into Europe again, yeah? And it's not just that. This game is important because Chelsea's a team that you normally batter in cup finals, yeah? We know how much times we've beaten Chelsea in cup finals, but that Baku loss came as a shock to the fan base, and it shocked Chelsea fans because look, Chelsea weren't in good form leading up to that final. All the talk from pundits and fans and everywhere, even Chelsea fans, was that Arsenal are going to win. And we went in at half time at 0-0. And I don't know what. Look, Unai Emery must have said, I'm quitting after this game. He didn't, and he didn't, and he didn't say that. But he might as well have, because those guys came out and they just capitulated. And we never recovered from that, guys. We never, ever recovered from the Baku loss. This game, this cup final at Wembley and FA Cup final now, that is going to set up a revenge game. It's going to set up a game where Arteta absolutely loves the Arsenal fans, and he knows what their expectations are. He knows what we love. He knows the history, and he's trying to make sure that not only Arsenal are the most winningest team in the FA Cup history. Yeah, been to the final how many times? And obviously won it a record 13 times. And he wants to be lights out with that, because people forget, yeah? Cazorla, Arteta, these guys have had a long career, but the only success that they've ever had as a player was playing with Arsenal. So they know how important and how rich it is. But this goes beyond just that, guys. This goes beyond just winning a trophy. This is all about Arsenal getting back into the big time. It's all about us having more money to spend in the summer with being in Europe. It's all about us trying to get back to the glory days. Because what happens if we beat Chelsea in that final? You walk into a season knowing that you've beaten Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, and we've already beaten Man United 2-0 at the Emirates earlier on this year. So this is what Arteta can do. He's beaten Wolves, which is something that Emery or Wenger couldn't do. And this is why I keep saying to you guys, I believe Arteta can finish in the top 4 next season. This is the 3rd time I've said it. And I'm on video right now, so I've gone on record. So if it doesn't happen, you can pick me up on this in 2021. You can say, Apollo, you said, yeah, you can pick a look, and I'll eat humble pie. You guys know me already. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong, and I put my hand up. But I think that Arteta has I think he's got what it needs in the locker to get us back to the big time, to get us in the Champions League. But look, overall, there's no point in being in the Champions League if you're going to get beaten 5-2 at Bayern Munich. There's no point of going in the Champions League if all you're going to do is get to the last 16 preliminary stages and you're not going to get any further. You've got to be in it to win it. And I believe that with Arteta, we have a way better chance of being successful in the Champions League, because he just knows football. And not just that, he knows development. So when I hear you guys moan about Willock and about Nelson and about all these other players, he is developing those players. He will go all the way he can with those players. And in the next 2 years, if they don't make it, and this includes Enan Nketiah, my boy as well, and it includes Rob Holding, if he doesn't think that those guys have got to the point where he needs them to get in the next 2 years, then he'll sell them on. But for now, stop moaning about them damn players. Give him time to develop them, yeah? Give him time to see what he can get out of those players in a system that works in their best possible positions. That takes time. We don't need to talk about Iwobi, because Iwobi had plenty of time here. Plenty of time. You look at the amount of games he started, you look how many years he was playing, literally a starter for 3 years. So that's enough time to understand whether somebody can make it or not. What we don't want, and what I'm kind of tired of hearing from Arsenal fans, is Willock having a bad game and then that's it, he's done. I'm not interested in him. Nelson didn't play well today, so we need to sell him in the summer. I mean, what kind of... Come on, man. We're not that fickle, are we? We're not that fickle as fans that we're not even developing or giving our youth players a chance to grow. So I expect a tough game. You look, Aston Villa need 3 points to help secure their Premiership status. For me, I personally think that they've already blown it. And I think it's difficult to come against Arsenal, a team who've already beaten the best 2 teams, not only in the Premiership, but probably in Europe. Yeah? And I think that it's hard to expect 3 points from the Gunners unless the Gunners just decide not to turn up. And I don't think that's going to happen, because there's still a chance that we might even finish in a Europa place. But for me, guys, that Chelsea final is all or nothing. And the Baku final was all or nothing. Isn't it funny that win in Baku could have taken us into the Champions League? And now we're at a point with the same team, 12 months later, where a win in the final can take us into Europe in the Europa Cup. So it's almost as if history is repeating itself. We have a chance to redeem ourselves. That's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 Arsenal win tonight. I think that we're going to be stout at the back again. I think that we're going to sit tight, and I think that we're going to just try and beat Villa on the counter-attack. I think Villa are going to be desperate. They're going to try and come at us, and I think that's going to create vulnerabilities at the back, and I think that we're going to expose those vulnerabilities at the back. I think Eddie Nketiah will probably get on the score sheet because Eddie is just boss, yeah? And regardless of how well Lacazette's been playing, and he has been playing really well, I still think that the performance to aspire to at that anchor 9 point is definitely what Nketiah's been doing. That's how Lacazette has been able to improve his form because of what he's seen Eddie Nketiah do. Yeah? Don't make this about anything else, guys. This is about men trying to aspire to win a battle for their positions. And Lacazette would have never had stapled anything down if it wasn't for Eddie Nketiah. And we need that at every position, guys. We need Reece Nelson to push Pepe on the right. We need that being happening on the left, although it seems like they're happy to keep Aubameyang on the left. But it then just says, where do you play Saka and where do you play Martinelli? I know we're hearing Martinelli might not come back until 2021, but there's still asked questions, guys, in terms of what do you do when those players come back? Is Willock going to be the long-term beneficiary of Ozil not being around again? Questions we don't know. Is Ceballos going to be back next season? Again, we don't know. So listen, let's just see what happens. Back your team, as I always say. Peace out, right back at you, and let's look forward to the game tonight, man. Speak to you soon. Nice one.